Hey guys, it's me again, and this is I went more Goodwill hunting and found these two Dirt Devil Handvacs, which is pretty good because I haven't found anything at Goodwill for a long time. There's Prince. He's tired. Anyway, so now I have 3 Dirt Devil Handvacs because I've got these 2 and I've got that one. I'll be getting a 4th Dirt Devil Handvac from Walker. He'll be sending that with the G4. Let's see. Now, both of them have issues. Like, for some reason, they won't do good with the belts engaged. Like when I turned them on with the belt already on the shaft, the motors, like, it wasn't the belt, but it was like the motors, they slowed down and started to, like, the motors started slowing down and sounding bad. So then I decided to disengage the belts, and they seem to work fine in straight suction. So I don't know, there's some sort of issue, but they work good. For some reason, they're both the same, but for some reason, one of them is regular, as you can see, regular bag. This one says plus on it, and has plus all over the bag. They're both the same, they're both single speed, but the plus was known for dual speed, but here that's single speed. Although Walker told me to read the bottom of the sticker, and I see that the one that says plus on it is model 503, or on the bottom of this one, it's model 103. The 103 version here has a bit more wear than this one. This one looks like it was in better condition. It's just in better condition. This one here, the bag's kind of dirty, like right there, and there are spider webs. Well, there were spider webs in there. Let me see, there's the belt, but there were spider webs in there when I got it. This one was completely much cleaner. And I just realized that the bags look like chef's hats. Like, if you look at them while they're inflated, they look like chef's hats. Red chef's hats. Like the white chef's hats, but they're red. So let me plug them in. I'll plug the 503 in first. The 503 is my better one. It's just in better condition. And yes, it's in straight suction because it just doesn't want to work right with the brush engaged. So here's the 503 version, straight suction. You see, it looks like a chef's hat if you look at it at a certain angle. They were $5 each, and I didn't really clean them up or anything. The only thing I really did was, well, I took one apart. Like, all I did was wipe the prices off, because Goodwill usually takes like these washable crayons and writes the prices on everything. And they were kind of on the side, so I had to like wipe them off. And the 503 right there, I took apart just to see what it would look like, and really it's not that complicated. It's kind of simple. Just basically the motor, the fan, a metal housing on the front that protects the fan, and there's wiring for the switch and the cord. And I heard that they're actually very similar, like they can fit inside a Dirt Devil broom vac. The only thing is the shaft is smaller, but I've seen a video where like there's some kid or whatever had a Dirt Devil broom vac with a bad motor. So, and since they had like, I don't know, 8 of these, he took one apart and scrapped the housing and put the Handvacs motor into that Dirt Devil broom vac. It did have a smaller shaft, but he also used the smaller belt from the Handvac, but it seemed to work fine. I mean, it was 1 amp lower because the broom vacs are 3 amps. No, 3.5 amps, where these are 2 amps. But that broom vac seemed to work fine. Smaller fan, smaller housing, well, just smaller in general, but it seemed to work really good. So I'm gonna get the other one plugged in. If the cord will, whatever. Anyway, here's the other one. And for some reason the motor sounds kind of weird. Let me smell that. And it smells weird too, like it doesn't smell right at all. I don't know if I should have bought it, but I mean, I didn't know. When I buy Kirby's or Handvacs at the Goodwill, I don't test them because I trust that they will work. So, I don't know. I probably should have bought this one only, but hey, who can pass up a $5 Dirt Devil Handvac? I wouldn't pass one up, no matter what condition it's in. But, I took this apart not too long ago, and I just found out that this is not a direct motor. This is just like upright bagless vacuums. I took it apart and I realized that where the belt goes, there's a shaft, but there's no fan. I'm like, wait, what? There's no shaft. Like, there's a shaft, but no fan. Then I looked and I saw there was the tube that the dirt goes through, and there's a fan on the back, and that might have been like a cooling fan or something, but there's a fan on the rear of the motor, and yeah, there's a fan on the rear, and it's different. And it even sounds like a bagless vacuum. Well, now I know why it does. It's not direct like those. And these are actually made in America. I read the thing, it says made in USA. Where the Dirt Devil Ultra from like 2000, and then this thing are made in China. Because I know Royal eventually switched over to China, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, although Royal, like the metal vacs, those are like one of the only made in China vacuums that aren't bad. They're still really good. Just the Dirt Devils, like the latest Dirt Devils are made in China, not the best quality. Those are really good though. There he is again. By the way, this is exactly the same location like back in March. He's afraid of vacuums. Let me see if I can bring the Handvac towards him and see what he does. Yeah, he's afraid. Yeah. Trust me. One time, I was in Matt's room, my brother's room. I closed the door and was vacuuming with his vacuum. Prince was in there. And every time the nozzle went near him, like the vacuum went near him, he would hit the vacuum and like hiss at it and look like a little tiger. He's deathly afraid of them. He hates them so much. He despises them. So And I'm going to do a collection update at the same time. So here's my 511 1951, has D80 parts. Well, it has D80 bag, cord, wheels, headlight trim, what else? The emptor tray. It has a 519 handle, but it still has original bumper, nozzle bumper and belt lifter. And then here's the 512, which is not all original either. These two both have their original fans, but like this one has a brand new cord. It has tan parts on it. The belt lifter, I'm guessing, is original, but was painted tan. But there is a bit of red showing on the handle right there, so I'm pretty sure it was painted over. And I don't think there's plastic paint on it. I think that's just regular paint. I don't know, maybe it's plastic paint. Here's my 516, which is all original except for two things. Well, three things. It has a new knurled belt that I put in there probably like a year ago or so. That's when I first got it and had a bad belt. So I put a newer belt in there. And then the other things are, it has a Generation 3 toe touch piece, and it has a replacement bag. It is genuine and it's pretty old, but it's not original. So like, I hope they get an original bag. Here's my D50, one of them. I'm getting another D50 soon. It was rebuilt in 2001, and it has a Lexan fan, and the bag is not original, and the cord, like half of the parts on there are replacement parts. And I'm getting another D50 from Grandpa, and it's all original, he said, with the owner's manual, which I'm excited about. Here's my classic 1CR, pretty much all original, but it has a newer belt and a new brush roll. Well, newer brush roll. And the bag's pretty full. I gotta empty it soon. And then I'm getting another 1CR from Terry pretty soon. Here's the classic Omega. It has a replacement Omega bag, but it's still good. A classic 3. It's pretty good. It has replacement trim on the front. By Kirby Tradition, which is all original, but the the handle on the side there broke off, but still a 1979 model. Here's the Heritage, which is mostly original, but it has an aftermarket brush roll. So here's my Heritage Shoe Legend. It's in pretty good condition, mostly original, although it has a new axle, new wheels, and all that. My Legend 2, I gotta speed things up because the camera's running out of power. Here's the Legend 2 from that one of my earlier Kirby's in my collection. That's probably like the third one I've owned. Here's my G4, mostly original, but it has a newer motor in it that has the normal delicate switch, and it has a metal fan. And then I'm getting another G4 from Walker. Here's my Diamond Edition, which is pretty much all original, but I put a new belt in there. Here's some of the parts, bags. And real quick here, here's my spick span that doesn't work, my 1940 Rexair, my Eureka, my Hoover Elite 360. The Eureka is a 2010 model. Well, that's the model number. A Hoover Portable, a Royal 994, Royal 883, a Dyson DC 20.